to the 400. But her league meet, she's 16 of 16. She has 10 state titles all time. Her mom, Christy Allen, was an All-American at Pittsburgh State back in the day. In fact, if they wouldn't have converted the other 3,200 times, she would have the fastest time in Kansas history in that. 10:31's the record. She's capable of rattling off a 10:09, 10:10, but may not see that in this field today, but I think we'll see a state record.
And that's why we have Chep Copeland down there on the sidelines, because he gives us information you just can't purchase anywhere else. That's good stuff. As
you got to think she's just going to want to take care of business, Leon. You got to get out there. You have other races to run. It's been a pretty busy day already.
But you want to win.
More left. You want to win, of course.
You want to win a championship.
Take how much do you want to expend right here? Do you want to take control right away, take as many people out of the equation as possible, and still stay comfortable? There really isn't anybody that really has a chance of touching her if they want to. We have a little bit of a rabbit going on here, but you see Lo just kind of getting out there already and stretching away. Will she try to go for a sub 10:10? We don't know, but it's a little bit hot. It's not windy right now, so that's not going to be a factor. But it is sunny. It is a little bit hot for this type of running, and you do start to get a little bit uncomfortable when you start really pushing in this kind of heat.
And as we heard Chet mention, Kaylee Lowe going to take her talents to the next level, track and field, Iowa State in the Big 12. You know, it was at 7:45 this morning we started the 3,200 in Class 1A girls. And here we are now starting the 4A in the 3,200. And we will have the 5A and 6A girls coming up, as well as the boys in the 3,200.
And then it's Destiny Eskridge of Bay South in third place.
8 laps around the track. And it looks like she's pretty well stretching this one out and having no issue early on anyway. I think she's a good enough runner to hold her pace, isn't she?
Yeah, that's the whole thing right now. Just stay steady. Just hold things, keep things in place, keep things in perspective, and just run your race.
And after the first flight, the Class 4A boys long.
For the rest, when you're in this situation, there are 3 types of situations you get into. If you are a leader like this, you're out in front. If you're in a group of people that are leading, you really want to take as many people out of the equation as possible. If there's 3 or 4 of you that are close, you want to turn it into a 3-person fight. You do not want to bring other people into the equation that can create something. If you have somebody that may not run a fast time but has a great kick, they're going to pip you at the end, even though they may not run as fast as you or have as fast a time. If you're one of the people further back mid-pack or worse, you may want to start taking some chances. You may want to get out there a little bit quicker. You may want to try to do a little bit more. See if you can steal your way into a top 6 finish or a top 8 finish. Get yourself up on the medal stand. And for the rest of the field, just trying to do anything you can to just keep yourself in that middle of the pack where you have a chance at the end.
And Kaylee Lowe, really out to the early lead. I don't know what else more you can say as she continues to stretch that advantage.
Very efficient. Gets her hands a little bit high. Tries to keep her arms still. Not trying to waste any energy, but she does go a little bit side to side. You can't argue with anybody that's running 10:09. I'm being a little overly critical, but
you know why
but still, that is a great stride. Very smooth. Hands are nice and still. She's not wasting any energy. That's what you want to do.
Hey, while we're watching this, or we'll come back in a few more seconds here, but let's take a look at long jump final results in 5A girls. Riley Jackson from Goddard wins in 5A as a jump of 18 feet 3 inches. Jaden Damon from Goddard, her teammate, finishes second, and Faith Turner from Pittsburgh finishes third. Let's go to Class 6A in the long jump. In the girls, Bailey Turner from Olathe East, 19-1. And followed by Audrey Fisher from Olathe Northwest, and her teammate Madeline Ryder, also from Olathe Northwest, finishes third. 5A boys in the long jump. It was Marcolin Eatman from Liberal, 23 feet 4 inches, and Nashon Houston from Kansas City Sumner, 21.09. And second, and then Noah Green, Mr. Everything, finishes third in St. Thomas Aquinas. Let's go back now to the 3,200, and well, golly, surprise, surprise, Callie still in the lead here from Callie Logue from Girard, Kansas, down in southeast Kansas.
Really not looking at anything that she could try and run a low 10. Right now, she's looking at probably a upper 10, low 11. She's going to hit the line in a little over 5 minutes.
Where is everybody else?
Well, that is a good question because it is a long ways back, and you're looking at someone running in second place who is basically running all alone as well. It is tough to run by yourself, especially when you're in the lead. For her, of course, for Callie, she's got a lot of confidence. She knows she's got this licked. This is one of those races where it's a fight you know you can win. And just really trying to stay comfortable. About a 5:12 miles, so not anything, well, I shouldn't say not anything spectacular, but it's a great time, obviously, significantly better than everybody else's, but by her standards of what she is capable of running, a little bit on the low side. She's looking at about probably a high 10, maybe a low 11, depending on how she decides what to do here in the last 4 laps of this race.
And Kelly Lowe on the backside is, I believe she's starting her 5th lap.
This is.
It's going to be really stretched out here. She's going to start eventually you're lapping some people. Roger, you ever lapped any of your long distance races?
No, I did some lapping, but I didn't lap, thank goodness.
I've always wondered what that felt like.
I was slow, but I wasn't that slow. So.
And she'll be coming around the last turn down the front straightaway in the front of the crowd here on the west side of Cessna Stadium.
You know, this is for her. She can assess, how do I feel? What am I doing right now? Am I feeling okay? Do I want to push the envelope? Do I want to go for it? I know that if I push really hard and I start to falter, it's not going to make a difference.
Getting a standing ovation right now.
Absolutely. You can take some chances when you have this kind of cushion that maybe you would not take normally if you had someone a little bit closer to you or someone that could reel you in if you started to encounter some kind of trouble, or if you decided to really try and light it up and push out front and try to put up a big number. That, you know, she has that kind of cushion. You do not have to worry about that so much.
Chet, so you got something for us down there? We need something to talk about during this race.
Well, we talked about her range. I mean, she can go 58 in the 400. She's not doing it. She goes 213 in the 800. The 1600, she can go 440. And in this, obviously, she's went sub 10:10 this year. But the time that she did do it, she beat Molly Bourne at the KU Relays this year. Bourne, I was told, not going to compete. Stress fracture today. She's the girl that has the all-time record in Kansas history. So, yeah, you guys are right. It takes somebody like Molly Bourne, who Logue beat head-to-head, obviously a couple times Shawnee Mission North Relays last year and at the KU Relays this year. So you're not going to maybe see a record today. It might be close. You're not going to see it sub 10:10. But this girl has range no matter if she's running 400 to 3,200. And who knows what's going to happen at the next level when you can run even more distances.
She's one of these people that carries that kind of speed. You get her into the 5,000, maybe the 10,000. I don't know if she's big and strong enough to start getting up on the collegiate level to start trying to drop down and run 1,500 meters or 800 meters. That is a whole nother animal at the collegiate level. Excuse me, but certainly the 3,000, the 5,000, maybe even getting out to the 10,000. She does carry that speed in high school. How it pans out in college really remains to be seen. She is a little bit svelte. She's not a big girl. She doesn't carry long legs, so you're looking at something maybe a little bit shorter.
She doesn't maybe look the part, but she certainly is effective, and just a consistency there that we've talked about in other performers today.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm not being critical of her. I mean, she can do that. But when you start getting into the 800 meters in college, you're looking at people that are women that are can be 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". Great leg turnover. You know, it is a different kind of animal. Can she do it? I have no doubt she probably can. How they use her wherever she's moving on to her collegiate career, I guess really just remains to be seen. But I'm looking forward to seeing it.
And it's kind of fun every time she comes around the front straightaway here. The crowd gives her a big hand. And it's Callie Logue. That's going to be the belt lap for her. She's got one more to go on her way to victory. Wow, what a dominating performance from.
Well, you're looking at about a 75.
Start to, well, I don't want to say finish yet. There's still.
You're looking at about a 75-second lap to run in the 10:30s.
And
I think she may do it.
I'm going to be honest with you, Rod. I look out there now, look out the window and off the monitor. I can't tell who's in second place because this is really strung out as she just continues to lap everybody.
Down the back stretch. What can you say? I mean, just an outstanding runner. Great stride. Starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Going to put in a little bit of kick.
You see the time there coming up on 10 minutes.
She's got a couple kids to pull her along a little bit. You're looking at it again. You're looking at probably about 10, 25, maybe a little bit less than that.
100 meters left to go. And there's another, this one's a full standing ovation for Callie Logue from Girard. And what a terrific performance here in the 3200. And she is going to easily win the state championship. She crosses the goal, or the goal line, the finish line.
In about 10:28, unofficially. And you can tell she put a lot in it. She put her effort into it. 10:28.80.